what's up everybody? It's Joe from Empire Music, empiremusic.com in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We are a Taylor Guitars online dealer, one of only about 30 worldwide. Bring you the best stuff in Taylor Guitars. Check out empiremusic.com and we'll get you fixed up with an amazing Taylor guitar like this Empire Select 414 CE with Sitka Spruce and Rosewood back and sides. This program has been a passion project of ours and it's coming to an end, so it's a chance for you to get amazing guitars at amazing prices. You can see them again all at empiremusic.com. You can chat with us on the site. Know that we always dial in every guitar with a full pro setup, top to bottom. Make sure it's the best version of the guitar it can be. We do that with every instrument we sell, from $199 to $100,000. If you buy it from us, we're gonna dial it in, professionally pack it, and make sure it's a great guitar. Also, since we don't stock a million brands, we really believe in the brands that we carry them really deep with tons of options, so we can not only get you a great guitar, but the right one for you. So we're really proud of that. The Empire Select program was something I worked with on Taylor for, probably for 3 years before it came to fruition, and it's coming up on 2 years now, so it's coming to an end. It's a program where I put together wood combinations of guitars that I really wanted to see from their custom shop. It was either that they hadn't offered, or maybe that they offered in ways that I thought could be upgraded visually and aesthetically, whatever it would be. And we put them together under the Empire Select label, and they've been really, really popular. As Taylor's programs changed, we've kind of decided to send these guitars off into the sunset. So you can reach out to us about all these guitars to get a crazy good deal on an amazing instrument, brand new, of course, with full warranty. What's cool about Taylor Guitars, and a lot of people don't know this, is they have a really great custom shop program. It's not something that they push a lot of. I personally at Empire Music used to do tons of this in the early 2000s, like 2004 to 2010. We used to do tons of it, and it just kind of wavered. They have great wood selections, and I really wanted to bring premium wood sets into the line where maybe it was lacking. And we came up with this 400 series. The 414s, which have a handful of wood selections and combinations together. Justin just did a video for us that plays through all the wood sets, so you can hear them in different styles of play, so you can A/B them side by side. So check that out, so you can hear them. This is a classic one. It's a Sitka Spruce top and Rosewood back and sides. What's the reason that I did it this way is I'm always trying to keep the guitar out of the light, but I can't do it. Why I chose this is, like, they have rosewood that looks like this. This is like hyper premium rosewood, and we can deliver this in a 400 series guitar price point, which is amazing, which they're great deals already. They're normally $32.99, but we have just smoke show deals on them right now. But it's a grand auditorium design, V-class bracing, of course, expression system 2, ebony fingerboard and bridge, all the stuff we'd expect in a modern Taylor 400 series guitar. We've upgraded it though with mother of pearl fingerboard inlays and the beautiful abalone sound hole rosette, so we're not doing acrylic there, the plastic, right? This much better hard shell case, of course. This wood set is one of the few that actually exists in Taylor's line that we redid. I did this because I thought we could bring it to life with a more beautiful look, for sure, and also more striking wood sets. Taylor absolutely has the ability. It's just hard for them to do on a mass scale, so they did it with us in a small program. And we wanted to bring you the classic tone of a spruce rosewood guitar, obviously, in our collection. Probably the most sought after wood combination on earth, right? There's probably more spruce rosewood guitars sold in premium than anything else. Rosewood gives us a very distinct tone with extra bass and extra treble and reduced mids. So you kind of, I always look back to my sweet 1992 Corsica that I got when I was 16 years old, and it had the awesome radio with bass, mids, treble, and even the little yellow lights on each of the EQ bands. And I would say push that bass up, push that treble up, push the mids down, and that is what you're essentially representing here. Now, with that comes a lot of responsibility on the builder, because we know that the wood is going to give us that type of tonal response, right? It's going to give us that EQ response. Bass does not equal warmth, though. Bass equals bass. Treble does not equal brightness. It equals treble. A guitar isn't warm because it has more bass. It has more bass, which makes it bassier. So you have to think of the way you receive the sound and the characteristic of it is different than the EQ response, that they're not just parallel, equal, warmth up, bass up. That's how it goes. A lot of the warmth has to do with balance and evenness, make the guitar sound lush. What Taylor's really, really amazing at, and always has been great at, is keeping guitars that have a response like this, like the Rosewood with extra bass, keeping these strings in their lane. They don't get muddy and soupy. There's lots of bassier guitars out there. There's no doubt about that. We played many that you strum through, and it's like you can't understand a thing that's coming out of the guitar. It just sounds like sound is coming out, noise out of your playing. I think we should be aiming much higher than that. It's like because there's better choices for us. I can promise you, if you took a guitar like that into a recording studio, the engineer would not be super stoked to try to have to dissect the sludge that's coming out of a guitar like that. They want articulation. You want to be heard as a guitar player, right? But you also want the velvety response of the Rosewood, because a lot of singer-songwriters lean toward these instruments because why? Our voice sits in that mid-range. The trebles bookend one side, the Rosewood bookends another. So a very easy way to kind of fill a space as a solo guitar player. And obviously this plays well with others, even play in bands and all this stuff. You're sure you can do that. But I think for a lot of songwriters that sit at home and they want an instrument that gives them some places, like I said, where if you were going to play and be heard as a group of one with your guitar, what's great about it is you have your voice, you have the trebles filled out and the bass filled out, and it feels really, really profound all together, which is phenomenal, right? That's like why it's so popular. What's great about Taylor guitars specifically is they play crazy easy. There's no doubt about that. Our techs dial them in, so it's super, super great to play. But up and down the neck, you keep that nuance of the instrument. The guitar and that focus never leaves you. So if you're a extremely nimble player who's playing a lot of lead guitar or fingerstyle and working up and down the neck, you want the character of tone, you want all that stuff, but you want that definition. You're not going to lose it anywhere. If you're a strummer like I just did in the opening, it's got that chug to it at the bottom end, which is amazing. And to me, never sounds mushy. Like I just can't stress how important that is. You wouldn't pick another instrument. You're like, hey, I wish my trumpet was sludgy. You know what I mean? It's like you wouldn't say that, right? Like nobody would ask for that. You don't want your singer to be sludgy. You want the words to be heard, unless you're in Pearl Jam. It's just like that's we want the ability to articulate our playing through a tool that is the guitar. And I think Taylor does an expert job of delivering that across all their guitars, not just our Empire Selects. Empire Select's just a great way to deliver beautiful wood sets and play experience through our eyes here. So, as I said, Sitka Spruce, East Indian Rosewood, all the classic stuff with Taylor. If you watch my videos, I consistently like to do dynamic range and the mids of the instrument for balance. The dynamic range is imperative because we have to understand what a guitar's parameters are, what it can and can't do. The Grand Auditorium is Taylor has called the Swiss Army knife, meaning it can do a lot of things. Sometimes, I always think of something that can do a lot of things, sometimes means it can't do anything well, but this is not that instance. This is like, that's why I don't always necessarily love the term, because I think it dumbs down the ability of the guitar. The guitar is super, super agile across different play styles. It can play light, and I think what you're going to hear with this instrument, and if I can ask you to maybe pre-focus on something without kind of putting my finger on the scale for your experience here. When I play the guitar lightly, I want you to think of the treble of the instrument and think about the roundness of it, because everyone says, oh, Taylor guitars are bright, and it's like, if that's, it's a subjective experience. If you say that this guitar is blue, I'm not here to argue with you. But what I will tell you is the guitar is hyper-defined, but I want you to think about the roundness of the sound. A lot has to do with V-class bracing. I mean, it's like that's really a rounder experience. So when we play lightly, I want you to think about that top end and the character that it has. And then when I'm playing more heavily, when I'm strumming through it, I want you to think about the bottom end, its ability to fill out the tone broadly, but not step on the toes of the other notes, because that is really, really, really hard to do. There's very few brands that can do it, and I think Taylor in their voice does it expertly. The mids of the instrument this is a great one to pay attention to, because Rosewood has, what did I say earlier, reduced mids. So that should tell us that this guitar should be quieter through the mids and maybe not as articulate and able to be like pronounce itself through that section of the guitar. And I think you're going to find that that's what, again, V-Brace has done, is even the guitar out. So even though we have more bass and treble, the mids are still really lively and active and very, very much part of the sonic experience of the guitar. So let's go through and see what you think. Let's hit the mids first. Man, I mean, like very round, heard. There's a fullness to the mids that is kind of unexpected on a guitar that's supposed to have reduced mids, but still, again, that definition that we don't lose. So when we're picking through there, those notes are precise. Why does that matter? How do we use those notes often? When a big open G chord, okay, the mids get pushed into a mix, great, and they're heard for sure, and that's important. But when we're doing our hammer-ons, when we're doing our fingerstyle, when we're doing our lead guitar, those mids need to be voiced properly, and they're done very well here. The dynamic range of guitar, it sounds huge at the top end, which is awesome, and they can play with big guitars. The Grand Auditorium absolutely can hang with larger instruments. Now, if you need the loudest guitar on earth, unplugged, there's bigger box guitars. We'll just leave it there. For the 99.5% of us, otherwise, they can work with this output. This competes with plenty of guitars in all scenarios. So it's very versatile in that regard. That bottom end, what was really cool about this is you get this bass, but it just, to me, it is a very big goal of bottom end is to fill out that sound, but have that kind of restrictor on it in the sense that it stays right where it's at, and it gives you that separate experience. So you're hearing that bass while all the other notes are blooming for you, which is awesome. I think that's why if I was a singer-songwriter, if I was playing with a lead guitar player, I'd love this guitar because I'm going to strum through, hit that bottom end. It's going to sound like almost like a bass is coming through, but everything else is going to happen without being impeded upon, and that's really, really important. It's like we're not infringing on the sounds of the other strings while we're adding that profound bottom end. And the top end, I mean, if you think that's brittle, I don't think you've played Taylor guitars in the last 10 years. You know what I mean? I think that if you still have that perception of them, I would challenge you to go out and play their Rosewood models versus other brands that we stock as well. And I think you'd find a much hotter response in many instances on their top ends, which is cool if that's what you like. I mean, there's not a right or wrong, but give yourself a second to just absorb the sound of what you're getting right here without prejudging it. If you haven't played Taylor recently, if you have, you know what you're getting here. A really, really incredible instrument, top to bottom. It's an Empire Select 414 CE with Sitka Spruce top and Rosewood back and sides. The Empire Select program is our custom shop wood sets put together, and that program's been 2 years now, and we're ending it. We're sending it off into its retirement. So we're gonna get you smoking deals on the remaining ones. So give us a shout on the site, chat with us. We have financing, we have trade-ins, we can do it all for you. I'm Joe from Empire Music. This is the Empire Music Select 414 CE Taylor guitar. Please subscribe to our channel if you haven't. Hit us up for anything Taylor guitars, and we'll get you a great guitar with the pro setup so it plays the best on earth. Thanks for watching.